Hey everyone, Token Dave over here. Dorky token black guy that's just trying to get by. And welcome to another edition of the Token Topics. Here, I express my thoughts and feelings on a particular subject matter for a couple of minutes. Keep in mind that the Token Topics are my subjective opinions, alright? These are not facts. I'm just expressing my thoughts and feelings based on what I have observed, things that I have read, and things that I've experienced. So, first and foremost, I might come off kind of antagonistic, and if I do, I apologize. It's just that this is something that kind of frustrated me, with critics, alright? So, just keep that in mind, Don't mean to, say these people are wrong, or these people are idiots, or anything like that, or anything. It's just that, this I find fairly hypocritical, alright? So, back in the day, up until recently, when a movie got a sequel, the follow-up tend to not be good. Usually. There are times where you'd have a sequel like Terminator 2 or Aliens that was mind-blowing and everything. And Godfather 2 as well, Mind-blowing. It's like, could be argued that it was superior or is actually superior than the original. But pretty much sequels tended to not really be that good. Especially back in the day, prior to the mid or late 2000s and everything. This usually was because the movie just wasn't as good as the original, and it was a huge disappointment that did poorly. B, the movie was just meh and everything. Or C, a constant critique of sequels at that time. Something that was called Sequelitis, where it basically was a rehash or a retelling of the original, just done a little differently, Heck, there are a couple of movies that basically, I really enjoy, that a lot of people panned and couldn't stand, and it was because of the excuse of sequelitis. 3 movies that come to mind for me are Ghostbusters 2, Predator 2, and The Hangover 2. Each of those movies people really didn't like because they felt as if it was just telling the original story again, And that was a critique that, basically, I could respect, and I could be like, you know what? I see what you're saying. I'm cool with that, If it comes off exactly like the original, what's the point of doing a sequel to it? I could completely understand that point. That was until 2 years ago when Star Wars Force Awakens came out. Oh, good God. I couldn't understand it. I could not understand it. Maybe it's because, I watched the movies a lot and everything, and all. But, that movie infuriated me the same way that Avatar did. Let me explain, First off, I'm actually kind of surprised I'm hearing more people dislike Avatar and everything. I really hope James Cameron's not doing any more sequels, but it sounds like he's hell-bent on it. Anywho, the thing with Avatar was that, as a fan of James Cameron's work, I watched a lot of his movies. No, did I watch all of his movies? well, no, I watched a lot of his major movies. You know, I watched Terminator, Terminator 2, The Abyss, Aliens, Titanic, True Lies, and then I watched Avatar. And first off, I watched it in 3D, and like, you know, that was a reminder of why I don't do 3D. I normally don't do 3D, and the reason why is because basically I feel like if your movie is good enough, last thing you need is some gimmick to try to enhance it and everything. No, okay? No. It's just a waste of money, and it's just like, you know, one thing about movie theaters, try to get people to spend more money. Excuse me. So, in watching it, I'm like, saw this in Alien. Saw this in T2. Saw this in Titanic. Saw this in True Lies. Saw this in The Abyss. Saw this in Terminator. I kept saying that over and over and over again in the movie theater. And it really bugged the fuck out of me. Because I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, you're really taking advantage of your audience. You become a lazy movie creator and everything. The great James Cameron gives us Avatar, a movie that everyone, like, predominantly people really enjoyed and really liked, and says that, like, you know, in fact, I remember something about the Nostalgia Critic. He said something about, in his Conan review, making a joke about Avatar. He was like, oh, the visuals are stunning, but the plot is bullshit and everything. Which, yes, I'll give it, the special effects were good. It's a James Cameron movie. James Cameron usually does great special effects. But me, I'm watching this and I'm like, crap, this is every James Cameron movie in one, mixed with the plot from Dances with Wolves. Same thing that I feel about Star Wars The Force Awakens. You know, Star Wars The Force Awakens, I was sitting there watching it. Heck, I rewatched it like a couple of weeks ago with my girlfriend, and I did the same thing to her that I did in the Avatar movie that I did in the movie theater when I saw Force Awakens. This looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? Oh yes, Return of the Jedi. Where have I seen this before? Attack of the Clones. Where have I seen this before? Oh, whatchamacallit? Phantom Menace. Where have I seen this before? Empire. Where have I seen this before? New Hope. It was watching every freaking Star Wars movie in one. It was just a collage. A soulless cut and paste collage and all. And granted, while I saw every other Star Wars movie within Force Awakens, the one that I ripped off the most was Last Jedi. And I know you guys frequently hear me say this, but it's true. Force Awakens was every Star Wars movie mixed into one at that period of time, predominantly with the plot of New Hope mixed with Where's Waldo. And that infuriated me. And to top it off, J.J. Abrams was on my shit list already for what he did with, like, you know, Star Trek Into the Darkness, or Into the Dickless and everything. Ugh, God. You know, this is where you have someone that's doing something kind of good, but then cuts and pastes pretty much something from an original movie, and it's like, really? You're going there? You're really going there? Fuck you, J.J. Abrams, and everything. That's what I said at the end of Into the Darkness, and that's what I said pretty much about Force Awakens. Fuck you, J.J. Abrams. So, when I hear people talk about movies having sequelitis as a critique, I feel they all lost credit for using that critique because of Star Wars Force Awakens. You know, basically, sequelitis as a critique is sullied by Star Wars Force Awakens, in my opinion, you know. And with Last Jedi pretty much out, and I'm hearing a ton of negativities from the fans and everything, which most of these people, when they are expressing this negativity, it's like, yo, you had Force Awakens, and quite a few of you really had a really high opinion of it, but it's like, all it was just a cut and paste. There was nothing, it was soulless. There was nothing there. All it was just basically cut and paste scenes all the time. And then people got something slightly creative with Last Jedi, and they're bitching and moaning about it. I'll go more into detail about that in other videos, But, man, people say Hollywood doesn't have any good ideas. I stand corrected. There are good ideas and original ideas out there. They just don't do them because it don't make money. Why? Because of the hypocrisy of some of the fans. And this is one of the few times where Star Wars Last Jedi is actually one of the few times that I actually agree with the critics more. And that's something with the genre of movies that I tend to like. That's something I hardly listen to. But this is one of those rare cases and everything. So when I hear anyone either use a complaint of sequelitis or say that they couldn't stand Last Jedi and everything, but they are the same people that really enjoyed Force Awakens, yeah, you're kind of going to lose me automatically. Agree? Disagree? Drop me a comment below. Give me a like. Follow me on follow Token Dave on Facebook and Token Dave 80 on Twitter. Subscribe and ring that bell so you know when a new video loads. But until then, it's been Token Dave, the dorky token black guy who's just trying to get by. And I'll catch you guys later.